have your attention, please? It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
This is a message from the YouTube emergency broadcast team. If you're not used to watching people who tell the truth and call out people on their BS and lies, then this probably isn't the place for you. Run now, because these guys don't hold back and they don't sugarcoat it. They are straightforward and don't waste no time about it. There's no lying, begging or beating around the bush when it comes to the 615 squad. So if your fifis get hurt easily or it takes you weeks to come up with receipts, you might want to take cover now.
Let's rock.
Mercy, know it so well. Could've wrote this from a cold cell. Praying on the floor of my hotel. Riding on the devil, taking no L's. They said don't do it cause it won't sell. Now look, we ain't taking no L's. God say gold and it won't fail. Now look, we ain't taking no L's. What did you think? I run dry when my supply is the king. I run high, deny and sign with the beast. I wouldn't ride or die for what I believe. Please, you might could try me and see. What you think I'd lie for 500 G's? Nope. When I could get by and still I...
Yellow turkey chillin', crack pipe in his beak. Couch potato life ain't moved in a week. Feathers all messed up, eyes glazed look. No job, no grind, just a crook from a storybook. Remote in his claw, cartoons playing loud. Turkey in the days, floating through a cloud. Neighbors know the tale, whisper about the freak. Yellow turkey dumbing out, reaching for his peak. Ow, 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 this bird don't fly. In his bones. Ow, 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 mental zones unknown. Clucks to itself, dreams of pilgrim days. But now the only mission is to couch haze. Gobble turn to gurgle, smoke in the air. Hope long lost, ain't no care in the lair. Bills stacking up, eviction notice soon. Yellow turkey nodding to a different moon. Crack dreams vivid, but the reality stark. Couch cushion kingdom descending to the dark. Once bright plumage faded, history misplaced. Comfort in the chaos, in the smoke embrace. Hollows of addiction, deep and wide. Yellow turkey sinking in the life it tries to hide. Ow, 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 this bird don't fly. Ow, 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 this thing's getting high. Ow, 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 no hustle in its bones. Ow, 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 mental zones unknown. Bright plumage, faded history misplaced. Comfort in the chaos, in the smoke embrace. Hollows of addiction, deep and wide. Yellow turkey sinking in the life it tries to hide.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? That was Yellow Turkey by Super615. Y'all can find that over there on his page. Hope y'all are having a great night. Now, I know we started off with a Gobbler song, but tonight's not going to necessarily be about Gobbler. So we had a live a few nights ago showing the messages from Johnny. From his live over there between him and Curt. And like I said, I didn't know if Curt worked second shift or first shift, and we offered the link if he was available, and if he wasn't, had stated that we would give him the opportunity tonight to come up and discuss those messages along with a few other things that people have questions, So that's what tonight's about. But I do want to welcome everybody in here. Let me get this switched over to comments. So we've got few people on hand already, starting off pretty good. Mr. Jerry, First one in again. So appreciate that, Jerry. Miss Brandy Day, one of my lovely mods, and I think she even put a message out there for everybody. So, for all those of y'all that are new coming in chat, as long as y'all keep it respectful, no doxing, no attacking people, no attacking their family. Just keep it respectful. Don't be disrespectful. You'll be fine in here. But just like we see right off the bat, someone wanted to come in here as a Ryan Wireman down church. And see, I mean, you can, boom, you got timed out right off the bat. You can't just be doing that. You got to be respectful. So I appreciate that. To my mods, Miss Apple Creek, how are you? Appreciate you coming in, spending time with us and helping out. Another wonderful mod. We got Pixie over here saying hi to everybody. Mr. Christopher Cunningham said, Uncle Will prank call the Dairy Queen in Paintsville. Yeah. Oh, Johnny's got his pants in an uproar. Yeah. I'm going to sue them, folks. I could have sued them once before, but I'm going to sue them this time. I don't care if they all lose their job. So Johnny just trying to sue whoever he can, I guess that money's running a little short. The world saying hi to everybody. Platinum Pyro, don't forget to hit that like button on the way in. I appreciate that. Really do. The more likes we got, the more this is going to get out. Maybe more people we can have off in here. Miss Justice Roberts, how are you? Yeah, Sean, I don't know if I said hi to you or not. If not, how are you doing? Seafer will be here a little later. He's running a few minutes late, but just to let y'all know, Claire from the UK, how are you? Yeah, she got to have the UK on there because there's a few Claires out there. Christopher Cunningham, I'm sure that one will be played come Thanksgiving. Sherry, how are you? Appreciate that. William, how is it? How are you? No, Creek Squad's not playing around. Miss Kathy? Don, how are you? BC? But yeah, this will give us time to let's see if we get in. Now, I know we got a lot of people over there in the bushes watching. And like I said, you can come on in and chat. I mean, you're already giving us a view. Just keep it respectful. Well, Barker said, I'm late. I had a birthday party to go to. Well, you pretty much hit it just in time. You hadn't missed anything yet other than a song. Karma, did the Dagburns melt down at Dairy Queen? Johnny had melted down since last night. He went live 4 or 5 times last night. Of course, those live, most of them lives, he's already hidden. He's put in private. But yeah, I guess they had fun with him at the Dairy Queen, and he didn't like that. Miss Gail, how are you? Yeah, I mean, I think Dairy Queen ought to come out with a turkey club and just let's go ahead and give it the proper name. So, what would you like? Oh, gobble gobble. Okay, well, we can do that. Now, of course, the Ryan Down Church wanted us to leave Curt alone. Well, I mean, I can see where you'd want us to, and we're not downing him. We're not attacking him. We're just asking him to answer some questions. Now, we'll get that link to you when Seaper gets here. It's right over there on his main page on the Seaper 615. Let's see here. I think I'm pretty much caught up. Well, let me go on down. This thing's everybody's just saying their highs and all to everybody. Leslie D, great to see you in here. Hope you're doing well. Robbins Mach 1. Oh, beautiful car. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here, Crow. Is Curt coming in? Well, that's what we're hoping. There was a message sent to Seeper. When it would go check it, he's having a little issue. So I don't know for sure or not. Maybe when he gets here, he can tell us for sure. You know, we're going to go live for a couple hours. We're going to give him that opportunity. If he doesn't, you know, that's on him. If he does, that's great. We can hopefully get some answers, get this thing resolved. I know we've got questions, and I'm sure y'all have got questions. And a lot of people, their main question is, why did you delete messages and what were they? Because I mean, I've had a lot of people tell me that just didn't look good. What's going on, Nate? Hope you're doing well. You know, another one is, why did you speak on so many members of Creek Squad like you did? Yeah, 815 guy. The nicotine pouches probably are a little cheaper. However, if he's doing those and smoking, he better watch it. They will make him sick. Hillbilly says, 2 things I can guarantee are Seeper is a real one and Gobble was crying to Dairy Queen corporate right now. Oh, yeah. I mean, I bet you he hadn't went back to KFC, though. What do y'all think, folks? Spencer, how's it going? Yeah, I bet you he's staying away from the KFC. I mean, you're worried about Dairy Queen making fun of you. You go to KFC, you better be worrying about what's in your food. Jimmy says Johnny posted Seeper with his daughter on his community post. Well, you know, Johnny, I mean, that's your right. However, you know, you may want to play it a little safe. And Johnny, I did hear you last night say that, you know, you're thinking about coming down here, sitting across from my house and filming. Come on, buddy. Come on down. Would love to see you. Only thing is, I don't think you will. Number one, I don't think Merle will let you drive that far with the car. Number two, she'd probably wonder how she'd get the car back up here or back home. David, how you doing? Yeah. Now, Johnny, if you're listening, David's over telling you to sue him. He's going, gobble, gobble, gobble. Sue me, turkey lips. Nitro, how are you? Well, so far the cop's doing better. I tell you, the past 2 days, though, it's been hot as heck here in Tennessee. Heat index at 100 yesterday and pushing that again today. It's draining the heck out of these air conditions, which when I got home this afternoon, it was like 82 in the house. So that's not really helping. So, okay. I think I've got everybody. If I haven't, maybe we'll get y'all a little later. But yeah, we're just going to get this thing started. If not, it would end up taking me 45 minutes or so before we do. And, you know, that's just not really my style. So now, did I miss it? Kathy Blanks. So she's here. Kathy, I do want to say, I don't know if you heard last night, but Seeper and I'm going to speak for him since he's not in here right now, and I'm sure he will tell you once he gets here. We are so sorry to hear about your brother yesterday. And please know that our families got y'all in our prayer. And if you need anything, if I can help, reach out to me. So now, AD, I see you're here. Now, please, folks, do not time out AD just because you don't like him. Unless he starts doxing or being mean, you know, let him ride. No, AD, we're not going to go over the messages like that unless Curt comes in. Then we may If he don't remember the message, we may pull it up. Now, we done that a couple nights ago. Everybody has seen them. There's no use going back over them unless need be, if Curt's here saying, well, I don't remember that message. So no, it's just, there's no use constantly going over them left and right. We're just wanting to see if he will come up and answer why he spoke on everybody like he did, why some of the things were said in the messages like they were, and why he's said and done some of the things that he has. Several people have several questions, and I've also, those that he spoke on have the right to come up as well. That's only fair. Well, now, okay, AD, so AD says Curt's not going to be your friend. Me and Curt's never been friends. We've never been enemies, but we've never been friends. We've never been one that we're always talking on the phone back and forth and all that. And it was nothing against one another. It's just that wasn't us. However, if I started doing something real bad or real questionable like this, I would expect Curt, Kansas, anybody that's known in Creek Squad, whether it's Rusty, Rich, Power Stroke, anybody, to call me out on it. And since we weren't the ones to originally break this, it was Johnny, and we picked it up. That's the reason this is being done like this. There's so many people that's got the exact same questions, wanting the exact, wanting the answers, that if me or Seeper would have just reached out to them, we would have been the only one with the answer, and it's not right to the other members. As well, AD, while you're here. So our live last night, I heard in your live, you said, you and Johnny over there saying that Seeper had talked with Anita or Annette or whatever her name was. Please get that video clip where he stated he talked with her and play it on your next live. That was on my live, and Seeper never stated that he talked with her. Not once. And since we're on this, while we're waiting to see if Curt comes in, Digger Mo, which not Seeper now, it's Digger Mo 704. Some people think every Digger Mo is Seeper, which, speaking on, that's what Johnny says. It's not. But while we're waiting on Curt, we'll speak on some of the stuff with Johnny. Nobody is calling Johnny the P word. There's a few people out there that in comments, community posts, videos, and all that, that's saying that that's what all we're doing. There again, we are speaking on what he said, what his actions, and how all that stuff went out in his lives. Allegedly, he's been accused. Now, I remember when this stuff went down the first time. Like I said the other night, there are tons of people in this world that have done stuff like that never had a charge brought on them. Johnny, in all of his lives that he done the other day, states he never was charged. And as far as I know, he's absolutely correct. But never once, and I want y'all to listen to this real close, especially y'all simps for Johnny. Never once did Johnny ever say, I never broke Jacob's arm. I never once touched Jacob. What Johnny said was, I'd never been charged. What's going on?
What up?
Not much, not much, not much. Let me fix it to where these our names are showing because it's doing it that again.
Oh, there they are. It was just because the comment was up.
Well, no, well, yeah, maybe in that too. It was marked on. All right, so yeah, I
What's
want
up,
that to be
everybody in
known.
the chat?
We have not called him that P word. We have said allegedly. We have stated we haven't been able to find where he was charged, but Johnny himself has stated only that he has not been charged. He's never once come out and said, I never broke Jacob's arm. I never touched Jacob. He only's been stating, I never have been charged.
What up, Hillbilly? Miss Gail. What's up, everybody in chat? What up, Rusty?
Yeah, see, I just wanted to verify, tell people, hey, we're not the channel that was running around calling him the P word, and the reasons, because I don't. There's people out there trying to give Seeper and I a bad name because they're simping real hard for Johnny, and that's their right. I mean, if they want to simp for him, that's fine. But you're not going to say we're calling them something when we're not.
Yeah, and so Johnny put some video out saying that I said in 80s live that I talked to Annette. Well, I want you to go back through that live and I want you to clip where I said that and post that. Because I never have said that I talked to Annette. I mean, I know that you can't, like, you're not very smart, you can't comprehend, you can't talk very well, but just go watch 80s live again and see if you can find it in there. Because you ain't going to find it. I mean, if you want me to tell you what was said in there, was I seen a comment from an Annette in the chat, and we read that comment.
As a matter of fact, I didn't even know it was there until someone mentioned it, and it took me forever to.
Yeah, I didn't either. I seen somebody that said something about it, and that's where I said, because I couldn't see it. I couldn't scroll far enough up to see it. Max Fisher, y'all backtracking. Ain't nobody backtracking here, buddy.
Oh, Mac, that's one of them little wet brains over there. So yeah, I don't put too much into old Max. Max never, he can only say stuff, he never can prove anything.
Just Lori said, I wish Johnny would follow through with going to see Wade and Seaper. It would only be a one-way trip. Yeah, so that was another thing that Johnny, you said you got your little sheeps over there to pump you up. Said you wanted to come and pull up at Wade's house and record, and pull up at my house. Well, I tell you what, I want you to do that, and I'll meet you over there. If you need gas money, I'll cash up you some gas money. When can we expect you?
Yeah, of course, he'll only need gas money for one way. So
Yeah, Rusty says never forget that Johnny lied about being sexually molested by his father. Yeah, I mean, if people will go back and listen in 80s live, nobody has accused Johnny of being a fucking pedo. I said he looks suspect. Everything that he did is looking suspect, and he still looks suspect. Like, I don't know anything about the whole Cammy situation. I just know the stuff that I kind of heard, but I wasn't really around at that time. Like her and that some Mike dude or something. I don't know. I've just heard, yeah, like I've just heard bits and pieces of it. But and I don't agree with calling anybody a pedo. But there's a lot of people out here that call people pedos that really don't know if they are or not.
yeah.
And I don't agree with it,
I'm
Now,
gonna talk.
I definitely know that Johnny was a pedo supporter. He's a pedo supporter because he supported fucking Foxy Bridget for a long time.
Mm. And let's not forget. Now, this guy didn't have any charges brought on him for this, but he supported Mocon. Now, Mocon, remember, was 25, admitted to being with a 17-year-old, which he choked out during sex.
Well, he put some
He was
paperwork.
charged with that, but he wasn't charged for having sex with a minor because she was fixing to go into the service.
Well, he put a video out the other day from his Captain Hurt Reacts channel that showed the paperwork, and it was showing that the woman was like 36 or 37 years old. That one that he strangled or whatever. But I mean, he has been caught before saying he dated or was seeing a 17-year-old, 12-year-old, something. I don't know what it was.
So yeah, he bragged about being with a 17-year-old when he was 25, uh, even to his boss. But I'm going to drop the link real quick. Now, I see Rusty's in here. Rusty was discussed in the messages, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll just see what his point of view was on those as well. If there's anybody else in here that their names were brought up in the messages and I've missed you, you can come on. But if it's somebody that wasn't, and I see you in the backstage for right now, I'm probably gonna kick you.
Let me say this too, because I did see somebody in the comments. So, Johnny Gobble, you just made a community post a little bit ago of doxing. You're doing the same thing that Dana did. You're doxing an innocent person and an innocent child. You think that is me, and that is not me. If you wasn't so fucking stupid, then you would realize that I have said many times that I left 615 Boys years ago and went to another club. Now, you keep posting people's clubs. Now, so I have reached out to them and let them know what you did. You know, you're going to meddle. You keep meddling in the MC business, and you're going to get MC visits. But that absolutely is not me. You just pulled a fucking thing out of Dana's notebook.
And to Max Fisher, now he says, yeah, KJ definitely called him when. Okay, Max, please tell me where K owns anything on this channel. Please tell me where her name is on this channel. Remember, this is the MF Wade 615. Matter of fact, all my other channels don't even have her name on here. That is her own channel. Yes, several people shared her post. That don't mean we called them that when you share something. So get your facts straight.
Yeah, fucking biker motorcycle clubs.
And I'm not downing her, because I'll say this, Max. How many people has that dumb son of a bitch in Paintsville called the P word? He's called Gail that on more than one occasion. Is there any proof? Has she ever been charged? But it's okay for him to do it for a long, lengthy time, and there's never a charge. But yet somebody says something without even calling him that, and he's in an uproar. Seems a little fishy, doesn't it? Oh, Max, somebody can be the P word without having a charge. They most definitely can. And if you don't think so, then you're ignorant as hell.
What's up, Paula? Yeah, I mean the guy that Johnny is doxing with the kid is a Kurdish guy, and he's in a big Kurdish. It's a big Kurdish community here, and I can assure you, Johnny, you don't want Kurdish problems, and you don't want MC problems.
Yeah, I mean, if people think that there's not those type people running around here in this world without having a charge on them, then they themselves need a psych evaluation. So many victims don't want to press charge because they don't want to relive it.
And Miss Gail said, I'll share case posts over and over. That sorry piece of shit runs around calling me a pedo all the time. Yeah, I mean, how many people has Johnny called a pedo?
Oh, he's called several of us that, and that's the thing, Johnny. So yeah, you're talking about you'll carry us to court. How do you think that's going to work out for you when the people you're talking about carrying to court, you've called that as well? You would lose. That would give us the option to turn around, sue you back, and take whatever Timu stuff you have. Take them fake Jordan retros you got.
I don't know if anybody caught it earlier on one of his lives. He said, I guess something about the Dairy Queen people must have gobbled at him, and
Yeah,
he said they just give me the laws for a lawsuit.
the laws for a lawsuit.
Yeah, I clipped it. I'm gonna make a funny video out of it. I'm just like, how stupid is this guy?
Well, we know he's pretty damn stupid. I mean, he I mean, he's so stupid. He even made this statement.
Dude, you're not living in my empty head. Dude, you're not living in my empty head.
Okay, take it off loop.
What's up, Dark Messiah? KJ?
Just where I think Max got timed out again. I think he was being bad. Oh, no, yeah, Robbins, I did see that. Merle's running around saying that the guy that went around spraying killed her flowers, and he wasn't even supposed to be spraying over there.
Yeah, Lil Mama Payday, I've seen that. That's why I was just talking about it. That guy's a Kurdish guy that's in 615. He's so stupid that he don't realize that my picture has already been doxed where I was in the motorcycle club. It's out there. Um, the guy that he's doxing is a Kurdish guy, and I'm not even in that club. I left that club years ago and went to a different club. I mean, I've said that many times to these morons on here. This is how stupid they are. Even the guy that they thought that Dana thought that I was when he come up on our lives that night. He even told it. We talked about it that I have not been in that club for years. I left that club. Like me and everybody, all the head people in that club, we all left and went to clubs that are um uh, just we went to different clubs. I haven't been in 615 boys in years and years and years.
Yeah. They think because 615 squad is what what I hashtag, and we have 615 on the back of our names, that's what.
David Sharp said his chat was saying Ryan killed Merle's flowers. They for real? Oh, you can't be serious. I don't put it past them though.
Well, I mean, to Johnny and them, everything's Ryan's fault. It's Ryan. Ryan done it. Ryan paid somebody.
Yeah, and see, this is a fact too. Is Johnny so up in the air about this shit? Like we're not. To me, I'm just now getting on this shit. I'm just now finding things out, digging into it. You know, reaching out to some people. But you called your dad a pedo.
Mm-hmm.
There's no charges of your dad being a pedo.
Mm-mm.
You know, your dad even says he don't know what the hell you're talking about. Then you've made up multiple stories.
And the thing about it is, you got a cop over there, ex-cop, I'm sorry, a failed cop that couldn't even do it as a prison guard. He's just right there along with him, thinks it's okay. Ain't that right, Dime Bag 85?
Dimebag, what do you mean, who's the guy claiming MC?
Rusty said, Ryan calls my wife to hump a tree trunk. Ryan's fault my wife's a tree hugger and Miss Patty's a bush watcher. And
What up, Mustard? The guy you all was talking about. So the guy I'm talking about is the guy and the kid that Johnny has up on his community post that he's doxing that he thinks is me is in my old MC. The club that I used to be in, Johnny's got his picture up and thinks that it's me. And not only his picture, but it's a picture with his kid.
yeah, Derek, you're not very good at finding information. For somebody that used to be a cop, I mean, maybe you were spending too much time, having sex with informants. I don't know.
And my cut's right inside. But I've let them know. I still know all the people in that club, most of them. And I've let them know what Johnny did.
Now, for the folks that are just rolling in, don't worry. We're waiting to see if old Curtis comes up and answers to the messages and other things. If not, I guess he goes on that long list we got of people that were afraid to answer the call out. I mean, who's to say? I thought he would at least have more balls than Johnny or Merle or PBR or, I can't go through the whole list. Jasmine.
Oh, yeah. Why you bring that name up? So I don't know if a lot of y'all have seen this. Jasmine has done made a post that's saying that I am this Tyrone account that's making these diss tracks on Gail and Curt and Wade. She's absolutely sure that I'm this Tyrone account. Well, let me tell you something, you dumbass. Why don't you ask your little butt buddy Johnny who Tyrone is? Because Johnny knows who Tyrone is.
Hell, ask Tyrone. Tyrone sat there and told you he wasn't.
I mean, she is the biggest. Like every day, I wonder, can her mental psychosis get any worse? Like
Well,
you're burnt. She is more burnt than Johnny.
now, Apple Creek being from the UK, I want to ask her this. Apple Creek, y'all don't have any shortage of milk over there, do you? And the reason I'm saying that, I figure with as much as she's been milking over there, y'all got to be overrun with milk. I mean, I imagine the price of milk over there is extremely cheap.
And look, if y'all haven't seen it, if y'all want a good laugh, go to Jasmine's post where it says that I'm Tyrone and read. There's about 15 or 20 comments up there of her and Andrea going back and forth. And look, Andrea, like we were cool, and I don't know what the hell's going on with you, but like it's not a good look. Like, I mean, you're falling into that mental psychosis over there with Jasmine because y'all are making this big long fucking conspiracy. Like literally, y'all go read this post. This shit is crazy. The shit that her and Jasmine are talking about in this post. They've come up with all these theories of what we're doing and the communities are doing, and it's just unreal.
So here's a good comment. AD, if you're still listening, I want you to read this, comprehend it, and think very carefully about it. So you, Johnny, and Martin have been calling BX Beast Boy that P word. Let me ask you, is there any charge? Now, you say because of what his actions are, but yet you're protecting Johnny, saying, well, there's no charge on Johnny. So think about that. If you're saying it's okay to call BX Beast Boy the P word without a charge, tell me why it wouldn't be to call Johnny. I mean, I'm going to believe a young kid that is stating that it happened.
And I'll just say this. I ain't going to say a lot on this, but the whole phone call that Johnny made to his daughter and said, well, you know, I would call Jacob, but I can't get a hold of him because he's in the army. Well, that's bullshit because Jacob is active on social media. He is very active on social media. He's current. I've reached out to him. Um, you know, see, then this is what, and I'm going to say him because Johnny was so stupid that when he put that post up, he didn't put, he left their names right there. He left the mom's name. You know, it's a Michelle Workman and then the Jacob Devaney.
Yeah.
He left their names right there.
Now, AR American, so you say this has popped up in your feed. Tonight's live, we've called out Curt. It's been up for several days. We played a live about 3-4 nights ago between some messages between him and Johnny. Johnny put the messages out. There were some things that he spoke on, the people in Creek Squad that Creek Squad themselves didn't like. Also, Curt deleted a lot of messages. People were kind of curious about that. And then some other things that Curt's done, and we're wanting answers. Now, the guy that he was in message with has had some accusations brought on him that he allegedly touched a minor and broke his arm. And currently, that's what we're discussing right now while we're waiting on Captain Curt to come up and answer the call out. So please join us. Please stay with us. And, if you know anything about Captain Curt or Dagburn Johnny Goble, I think you'll like it. If you don't, you'll find out some interesting information tonight. Okay, so if you can carry on.
Yeah, and I'm absolutely like I don't care. Like I said last night on ADs, I don't care which way it goes. I hope for the sake of the kid and Johnny both that it didn't happen. And I'm going to report either way. I'm either going to clear Johnny's name or I'm going to persecute him, one of the two. But I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to make anything up. I'm not going to fake anything. You know, it's going to be exactly what the truth is. I don't want to talk to Annette. I don't want to talk to Michelle. I don't want to talk to none of them people. I want to talk to Jacob, and I have reached out to him.
Now, Charlie D, yes, they were old messages. This started back in 22, ended in November of 23. They were put out before, but there's still some questions to be answered. And I tell you what, if the messages ended last night, guess what, Charlie? They'd still be old. Am I right? He still hadn't answered to them. People still have questions about them. So I don't care if they're 20 years old or if they're 2 hours old. People still want answers. Okay, they're saying is there proof, AD? What did AD say? Okay, now AD, you're saying BX Beast Boy suspect, but I'm not disagreeing. What he said was wrong. It looked bad. It really truly did. I've stated that. But let me ask you this: what about when Johnny goes live talking to young kids underage without approval from their parent on that live beforehand, questioning them about being strip searched? Would you think that's all right? Because that's exactly what he done when all that went down at the school. No, it's not deflection. It's not deflection, AD. If you're too stupid to realize what I'm doing, I'm comparing. When a grown man is calling up teenage kids and talking about how they were strip searched without the approval of the parents on a live. Well, dude, I guess that's because you were too ignorant to realize it was coming from a post that was being read from a medical journal on top of that. But I don't expect you or Johnny or anything that to realize that. But what about your boy talking about a young teenage girl's padded bra in a song? Oh, y'all come on in here. Yeah. No, that's not deflecting. It's just y'all's IQ's not high enough to realize what I'm doing. Allegedly? How is that allegedly? It's in the fucking song, you stupid moron. Do you want to hear it? Do you want to hear it? See, this is how stupid y'all are. Let me cut the volume up on this, because
like a teenager with a padded bra. You're 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 like a teenager with a padded bra.
Now, you want to explain them words? Now, it may be that Buddha Slim wrote it for him and kind of likes that kind of stuff. I don't know. But that was not, he didn't just say it one time in that song. It's over and over and over. And why didn't Johnny go over it before recording it and say, no, I'd like to have this changed? So, yes, Johnny is at fault as well if he didn't write that part. But to be honest with you, Johnny's part and Buddha Slim's part totally, I think, were written by two different people.
Buggies, that is showing up as the real 615 comment, but that's me. It just does it because I'm on his channel. But yeah, comment on one of my posts and I'll send you my email. I just don't want to put it on all on here. Rusty said, wasn't Johnny charged for a crime against a minor? I believe he was.
Yes. He's also was charged with intimidating a witness. What do you think he may have done in this situation when he realized?
I mean, he threatened to contact Ryan. I don't know if he did. I don't know if he did contact her, but he threatened to contact Ryan's underage sister. And I think the brothers at the time, I could be wrong, but one of them might have been underage. I mean, let's not forget that was the reason that Patty was going to Paintsville, is because Johnny was sexually harassing her. You all right, Wade?
Yeah. I was just sitting here thinking, as close as they were, and then all of a sudden, you remember back when she was blocked over there here, what, 5-6 weeks ago?
Yeah.
He didn't even realize it. And everybody figured it probably Merle. I'm curious to why Merle may have gotten so mad at her. I mean, I don't think she's been sending him any money anytime soon, and I don't know if she's been giving much information. And even if that's the case, that would be more Johnny getting mad.
Infernodia said it's Ronnie's daughter. If I was Ronnie, I wouldn't be fucking with Johnny. That's what's even creepier is like Ronnie's sitting here chumming it up with Johnny, and he's trying to reach out to your underage daughter. Yeah, while I'm at it too, happy early Father's Day to all the fathers out here.
Well, thank you. Happy Father's Day to you as well. And everybody else out there. Now, Johnny, don't be over there. Well, thank you. See, Johnny, a father's one that takes care of all his kids. And if you're not lucky enough to have them in your house, you're at least supporting them. You went off on yours the other day because she couldn't get her so-called mother on the phone. Oh, you're lying. No wonder you don't get to see her very often.
I tell you what, too, is Gotcha Man put some really good points out in his video today. Is every time Johnny has this whole stuff about Johnny, is if you'll notice, he don't ever really say, I didn't do it. He says, I wasn't charged.
Right. That's what we said the other day, and then as well as today. See, for you, tell me what you think. But if he would have came on there as soon as this came out the other day or back out and wouldn't have been so heated and said, look, folks, this has already been out before. I never touched Jacob. I never broke Jacob's arm. This is stuff that came from Cammy. Here's where it was backtracked or whatever, And then if he wanted to have her up, find out beforehand if she would or not. Because when he called her, I guess, out of the blue, and the daughter's saying exactly, almost word for word, what Johnny said. He was told what to say. And then couldn't get her on there, but he records her. And all she says was he wasn't charged. And then all of a sudden it's cut off. And his excuse was, her service must have went out. She must have lost service. That looked awful bad, Johnny. Do you agree, Seefer?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying is the way that a lot of things have happened is it looks really suspect. Like, I really didn't know about this stuff until it was brought to my attention the other day. And then the events leading up to today, with his lives and his calls and all that shit, it looks suspect. He looks suspect.
So, Brandon, today say what was? Let me pull it up.
KJ says Gobble screenshotted pics of my deceased papa and uncle. Said he's going to piss on their grave. He has no loads.
Okay, Brandon, today to answer your question. So, what they clipped, what I was talking about was stuff in the food that they're putting in the foods now that was causing growth in young kids, and the difference that you know how you can tell it now. And it was literally they were comparing kids from this is 40, 50 years ago to now. And it's all the hormones that they're putting in there. I mean, y'all go buy chicken now. You've got tons of chicken over here with all kind of hormones, and then you've got hormone free. And it's in everything. A lot of other stuff they're putting in there. And of course they take it and run with it, which, hey, more power to you. At least I know where it was coming from. And They never once asked because they knew, because I talked about it in that live. Even everybody that was in that live told them in comments. You didn't see me do 5 lives the next day over there acting like Johnny.
Charlie D said, I wouldn't never say charge. I'd say F y'all. It's been proven before Kimmy had false paperwork. Now, Charlie, let me ask you this because I don't know. What paperwork, because I know I hear a lot of people talking about this, that she had fake paperwork or something. Did she put out paperwork or something before? Like I honestly don't know. I mean, I know that she said, that people have said that she said that Melinda was a snitch. And we have confirmed that that was true. But did she put some paperwork out, like some fake paperwork or something?
I don't know if the paperwork she got busted with was on this. But I know she did get busted with some false paperwork, and
Yeah, see, I don't know because I've never seen it. I mean, I just know I've heard about it through through people talking about it before.
then also there was some stuff with her and Mike that really caused her demise on here, and Mike's.
Yeah, I really don't know nothing about either one of those two.
Oh, that, since we're going back that time and all that, I do want to say that Sean from the Mix Up 860 is coming back. Him and Mike got a studio. They got the keys to it the other day. So it won't be too much longer. They'll be up and going, and they will be doing the show again. So y'all keep an eye out for that. I believe Martin was a mod on Johnny's at some short little time, but I cannot guarantee that.
So KJ says, I don't know honestly. That Kimmy stuff was years ago. I don't know if she made up stuff. I honestly don't know. I know she had fake cops. She did nutty stuff. Wow, for real?
Oh yeah, she was out there. Always done her lives in her garage or outside, and yeah.
Isn't she? Because the only thing I really know, ain't she a mod for Roma?
To be honest with you, I don't watch Roma stuff anymore. I've seen very little of hers. I myself don't know.
All right, so Charlie D, she says she kept saying the paperwork was coming. I don't know if she ever did. I remember the Genesis lady saying she knew them and he did it, but she acted like the fake Genesis died. Wow, that's weird. Like that is the stuff still out somewhere about them? Like this Cammy lady and shit. Is it? I need to catch up on all this shit. This sounds crazy.
I don't know if it is or not. Yeah, I mean that stuff was going on when I first started, and the reason why, because so Sean put my information out, got me up and going. Uncle Will was the first one outside of Sean to put it out. Mike Hatred at the time, which everybody liked, was right after Uncle Will, and then Power Stroke picked it up, and then Power Stroke had me on it live. We done several lives together, and then it just took off.
Yeah, Miss Hysteria, that's her name. All right, Kay, I'm here. Said hit up Fusion. All right, y'all have to reach out to him and see what. She said he has all the tea. Yeah, I have to reach out to Fusion and see because this bitch sounds crazier than hell. Sounds like a damn another Bambi. Mustard says it's
Yeah.
all broken down on Gotcha Man's second channel. Square was a part of it, sort of. Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch up on this.
No, she was definitely
Yeah,
not.
and I mean, the only thing I really said about that situation is because I had heard that she said that Merle was a snitch, but I don't know if anything was ever produced or not. Um, but then come to find out she was, so I was like, well, maybe if she wasn't lying about that, maybe she wasn't lying about anything else. But I don't know. From looking at all these comments and shit, it looks like she's a damn batshit crazy bitch.
Now, Curt, if you're listening, we're still waiting on you to come up. I mean, I think people are wanting answers, and that's what they're mainly here for, is to see if you're going to answer to them, or if you're just going to run and avoid them. Running is not going to help you.
Yeah, and like I said, I've already reached out to Jacob. He hasn't gotten back with me yet, and he may not want to talk about it, and that's perfectly fine. I understand that. But if I do find something out, I'm gonna let everybody know. Either way, whether it clears Johnny or it don't clear him, either way.
Yeah, I mean, if we find out that none of this ever happened at all, we'll be one of the first ones on here to let y'all know, hey, all this stuff was made up. But if we find out that what was said happened, and the young man confirms that, then Johnny, if you think we've been on your neck so far, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's why I said I really don't care to talk to the Michelle lady, the mom, or Annette, or anybody associated with that, because that's why I said on ADs I would be more inclined, like if the baby's mama said it, I would be more inclined to believe that it was bullshit because she could be scorned, she could just be saying it like Johnny said, she was pissed off. Um, but when you got the messages that are showing that Jacob said it, it's like, all right, so if the kid's saying it, then that's a whole nother, that brings something else to the table.
And so that was a good question. Is there proof that that lady's still in jail?
So yeah, I looked her up today and she is still in jail. Rusty Truck says, it looks like a great idea to be butt buddies with Gobbler in the back streets. He will never sell you out.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
I think he's got his phone set up to where it automatically records as soon as somebody picks up or he picks up. I mean, because, yeah,
and look, I'm going to, no, I ain't going to do that because I don't want everybody blowing him up. I mean, y'all can see his name on that post that Johnny made. If you want to reach out to him, reach out to him. I don't want to pressure the guy. If he wants to talk about it, we'll talk about it. If he don't want to talk about it, then we won't talk about it, and we'll just never know.
yeah. I mean, Johnny wasn't too smart when he thought that he covered up her last name well enough, because if you look at the bottom of her last name, you can tell what the letters are. And then he didn't even mark out the friends.
Well, some people don't realize that when you do that kind of stuff, marking stuff out and put stickers over stuff, all that shit can be removed.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even then you could do it without removing the stuff. It was fairly easy because he didn't completely cover it up. He left the bottom and the top still open, and it was like, yeah. I mean, but yet this is supposed to be the guy that was setting all this stuff up on Curt's, putting these messages out to set us up. He's not that smart. He doesn't think that far ahead. I don't even think he can spell troll, much less have know how to troll.
KJ said Dagburn is mad it's getting talked about. He wants people to forget. He wants it under the rug. I just pulled the rug. F you, Gobble. How does it feel, bitch? I mean, it's a serious allegation. You know, it needs to be found out. You know, I mean, I think everybody knows by now. If I find anybody that hurts a kid, I'm going to put it out there and I'm going to try to find out the truth on it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to make up fake accounts or fake messages or anything fake. Like I said, I have nothing invested other than the truth when it comes to kids.
Well, I
That's
mean,
just going to be it. I mean, I don't care if I like you, don't like you, whatever. I mean, if Wade did some shit to a kid, I would put it out on him, and I would expect him to do the same to me.
it's just like Johnny ought to know by now. We proved that both him and Merle were snitches. You know, and even now, you know, he's doing what he can do to get Mark and I guess Mark's boyfriend out of that apartment. I mean, look at there. He was sitting over there with his neighbors the other day. And then Merle's talking about, well, they said they were going to do the papers Monday, but I don't know what the holdup is. I mean, so they're just trying to do what they can do. Of course, Merle's mad because all these people have moved into the apartments and now it's not the same. You know, he got mad because everybody found out that she likes wood.
She loves the wood.
Hmm. And ever since then, have y'all noticed how she's trying to make it sound like he's a big sex symbol? Yeah. Merle, it's not working. Nobody believes that. I mean, he's already stated he can't please you. And they were the one that actually put the information out about allowing their minor to be with an adult. It wasn't us that looked it up, found out that information.
TX Tink said, didn't Dagburn scream at his son on live across the yard calling him a P? And isn't it the same daughter and son in question? Or am I wrong about him accusing Cam? So I think he has said that to Cam before, but this allegations are with a different kid.
Yeah, and it's
They're
a different daughter.
Yeah, different daughter, and I guess it's a half brother.
Yeah, it's the younger daughter that you used to see in their lives years ago that was with the daughter, with her daughter that's living with them now. And they decided no, she didn't want to live there. She wanted to go stay with her mom. Of course, you know, there was accusations on that as well that he used to make them go up in the room so they could smoke his weed.
That Creeker OT says, I think it's terrible Johnny Doxing Seeper in his child pictures. That Creeker, so actually that's not me and that's not my child. My child is grown. I only have one child and she's grown. But he is doxing someone. He's pulled a Dana. He's doxing an innocent person and their kids because it's absolutely not me. But I've let them know. I've let them know who Johnny is. So, they got his information.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Everything that he bitches and cries about is the exact same stuff that he's been doing and continues to do. But yet he feels that everybody owes him an apology first.
I mean, as I said last night, it's weird because, like, I've lived in a lot of states. I've never, nowhere that I've ever lived, has anybody ever called me a snitch or ever made accusations or allegations against me as being a pedo.
No, Johnny. Matter of fact, in this very town that I live in, that you're talking about coming up here, I got a Coach of the Year award from them. On top of that, like I said, I was on the board. See, I do things for my community. Well, did. What have you ever done for yours other than make them look bad?
Charlie T said Save a Lot grocery store ordered extra big cucumbers a day to satisfy Merle because of Johnny fell on his wangatang during the fall from the garbage truck.
Eggplant. Yeah.
I don't know if Merle's getting the cucumbers or if Johnny's getting the cucumbers.
I think they're swapping.
I mean, because he's definitely fruity booty. I mean, you can just watch how the guy dances and tell that dude his tank is full of sugar.
Sorry about that, straight hooter shooter. I'm not up on point with catching all the comments tonight. So I'm not ignoring you. I'm just been lazy. So she said, you guys are potentially ignoring me for some odd reason. I find it odd and kind of hurtful, since I have some of the best commentary and points proven that others take and use. And she's absolutely right.
Sorry
That
about
she
that,
has some of the best points, not that we're ignoring her and all. Well, Fuggin, have a good night. Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, the cough was getting better, but like I said, it's hot as can be in this house tonight. Starting to finally cool off. But yeah, it's raining the heck out of these air conditioners up here.
Yeah, when I'm on my phone, I only straight shooter. I'm on my phone. I only get about 4 messages, and then they scroll past. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to ignore you.
I think I'm going to have to go buy me a box stand from Walmart tomorrow, mount it up here on the wall, and then put my light up underneath it.
Hell yeah!
I hear that works pretty well.
Hey, AD, are you still in the chat? Rusty, you're still in here, ain't you? I think Rusty's still in here.
I think he is. As far as Rusty, I don't know about AD. AD may be sniping us by now. Who knows?
Yeah, he's there. Hey, Rusty, what do you, since AD's and Johnny are complete fucking morons, what do you think about my my Rusty truck exposed docs of you?
Oh, good question. Good.
That shit's so funny. I mean, and even after I got off a panel with AD telling him the whole situation, he still got back on panel and still talks about that I was trying to dox Rusty with that picture and that account.
Now, since Martin's wanting to snipe us right now, I don't know if some of y'all seen the community post on one. I think it was on one of my other channels. What do y'all think in chat about two buddies, two friends that allegedly have had the same accusations made? Y'all know about Johnny's. We've talked about Johnny's, but don't y'all remember in chat on a live one night, the message that came across about somebody sending a video to his girlfriend of the allegations of him touching a child? Wasn't that from Martin Speaks? I mean, do people like this just hang out together? Do they have their own little social club?
Hell yeah, Rusty said he will talk about it tomorrow night. All right, y'all make sure everybody tune in tomorrow night to Rusty Trucks Live. What time, Rusty? What time are you going live, or do you know yet?
And the thing about it is, his new little girlfriend may want to check into that before putting him in with 5 new kids. why he couldn't see his son. Probably hadn't even reached out to his daughter since he's moved.
What's up, Uncle Will? Yeah, hey, if y'all haven't watched the Uncle Will prank call to Terry Queen, y'all gotta watch that.
I can see where that would be irritating.
Infernodia says, God dang, I got some bitter exes, but none ever put that shit on me. Mine either.
Oh no. See, that's the thing when you've got good morals, good integrity, and all that, you never hear that stuff come up on you. But when you're a bottom feeder, when you're just scum of the earth, that's normally who you hear this shit about. I mean, just think of Seeper's live that he had the other night. And if any of y'all are in here that didn't see it or hadn't heard about it, there is a guy running around here on YouTube claiming to be Creek Squad. We haven't seen him and all that. We've heard about it. His name is Stan. What was his middle name?
I think it was Stanley Edward Fields.
That's it, Stanley Edward Fields. That his victim was 5 years of age, and the receipts were brought out on the live. And so if y'all ever see that name on any of y'all's channels, anything like that, totally block the guy. I mean, this guy is not good for YouTube. We definitely don't want him around here. And if you hadn't seen the live, check out Seeper 615. It's the last live that he's done.
All right, everybody. Rusty said 7 or 8 tomorrow night. He's got a live, so y'all make sure to tune in. AD, y'all make sure y'all tune in too.
JK, no, Captain Curt has not shown up yet. I think he's still looking for his balls. I mean, everybody thinks he's the Grand Poobah of Creek Squad, but I think if there was a Grand Poobah of Creek Squad, I think he would show.
Yeah, and I mean, I know he was just online because he was over in Carl's chat right before you went live.
Maybe he feels safer with the Carl.
The Canada Carl guy.
Oh, Crazy Carl, as I call him.
Yeah, Crazy Carl.
Always looking for answers. Which, I mean, all honesty, the day you quit looking for answers, you may as well just give up. Carl's not that bad of a guy. The thing about it is sometimes he'll put something out that he'll hear from one source and won't verify it. But for the most part, he's pretty good. And it's very seldom he does that, but he has done it.
What's up, Michelle D? Uncle Will said Johnny knows what happened. Why won't he explain himself?
Well, that would be self-incriminating, probably. It's just my opinion, I mean, I don't know, but because all he wants to say is there were no charges. Never was charged.
Yeah, and see, that's just suspect to me. Because I mean, like, why wouldn't you say, "Hell no, I've never touched a kid," rather than "I've not been charged"? But Rich says his fan died. Let me see. He said his fan died. Anyone got 100 amp views?
We can look into that. Me and Secret talk about that. I mean,
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Straight Shooter, because I've got some good pranks.
now I'll tell you who was good at pranks. That was a little payday.
Yeah.
But now, to be honest, most of the businesses that he was calling, he knew some of the people working there, but I don't think all of them. So There you go, Cherry. Exactly. It don't mean you don't don't run it.
That
Don't make
Creaker
it.
OT says the bishop isn't going to show up, y'all, and he doesn't have to. No, he don't have to. Wade was just giving him a chance to try to answer some of the things.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to hide, that's fine.
And I
No,
mean, if he wants to come up and me not be up, I'll jump down.
if he had rather not explain the things he said, the reason he deleted, the reason that he don't care anything about that album and some of the other stuff, that's fine. I do think, though, a lot of people are just going to continue to think he looks suspect for not answering. It's kind of like when somebody's on trial for something, they elect not to take the stand. Most people will automatically say, well, they're guilty in their mind. We're giving him that opportunity.
Straight Shooter said, I even gave Gotcha Man the lot lizard bit he did on Cammy, but he was sweet and gave me partial credit. See, I missed that. I've missed all this Cammy shit.
We may need to get Straight Shooter in here for a writer.
Yeah.
Now, I bet you Straight Shooter could come up with some hellacious songs.
Yeah. David Sharp said Bishop is a weirdo. He support Chris Watts, him, and Armchair Detective. Yeah, Bishop's a weirdo. I mean,
Bishop reminds me of Ictamel. Ictamel stated that he does not research on this stuff. He's just pretty much a juror. And that's what I think Bishop is. He's just one of these that goes with the flow and doesn't do his full research.
So Uncle Will says, what's going on with Curt? I missed it. You want to catch him up on that?
Okay, Uncle Will. So a few nights ago, we had a live. We played the messages that Johnny put out between him and Curt, dating back from, I think it was early 22 or mid 22.
It was October 22 all the way up to November of 23.
Of 23. In those messages, he talked badly about several members of Creek Squad. Several. We're talking Rusty, Rich, myself, Kansas Rebel Man. I mean, continue on.
Gail.
Yeah, 12 Point, Gail. So we want to question about that. Also, when I was up on live on AD's one night when he was up there and him and Johnny had gotten into it, Johnny was threatening to display some of the messages then. Curt jumped down real quick and deleted like 8 or 9 messages real quick. And Johnny showed his phone where he was deleting them right off. It pops up a message through Instagram. People are curious about that. What did you delete? Why did you delete it? Because you can see Johnny's questions and all. And so that's in the back of people's mind. Plus, Curt has stated that that gold record that Ryan gave him doesn't mean shit to him. And he's made other little comments that people are just wanting to ask about. And so when I went live the other night, I made the statement, if Curt isn't working, if he's available to come up, come into chat and I will drop the link. If you are working or unable to come up tonight, I will hold this live. I will hold a live Saturday night, tonight, and give you the opportunity to come up and please explain about these messages and other things. There's going to be questions that people in chat are going to have, that we're going to have. Plus, I would drop the link for those that were mentioned in those messages. I think they have the right to speak as well.
Hey, I'm going to be muted for a bit.
Okay. We, in that live, asked people, do not go over there to Curt's and attack him. This wasn't an attack on Curt. This is, we have questions. But I think it looks awful bad of Curt not to answer them. He hadn't answered them on his channel. we're offering him for the second time the opportunity, and it looks like he don't want to, and that looks really suspicious. People are going to have a sour taste in their mouth about Curt. Like I said, it's when somebody that's on trial for murder or something like that decides not to take the stand. People are going to think automatically they're guilty. They're going to think the worst of the messages that were deleted when maybe they weren't that bad. But November of 23 was not the last time him and Johnny have spoke. And here's the reason I'm saying. Right after Ryan's concert in Nashville, Johnny comes on and says that after party was done by Captain Curt, and that the reason I was not invited is because Captain Curt didn't want me there. He's saying all this because Captain Curt has told him that, and that's what he states. And then the other night, Johnny in his live states that Curt is a real good friend of his. Curt is his buddy, which tells you right there, them two aren't at each other's necks anymore. So my question is, what is Curt hiding? The people that Curt attacked were those that were close to Ryan. Does he not want anybody close to Ryan other than him? Is that his way of thinking that he's it? And what about when people said he went to go see Beth? Wasn't at the same time people were saying, and I don't know how much truth is to this point, but I'm just asking, this would be one of the questions I would ask. Wasn't that when people were saying him and Ryan weren't really talking? And could it be a possibility now that it's all because of Curt's wife and Beth being such good friends? I'll drop the link, but now when they come up, Will, because this live is basically for the people that he talked about. Well, straight shooter, that's the whole thing. That's basically what we're wanting to know. Why did you speak on Kansas so bad? Why did you speak on Rich so bad? Why did you speak on Rusty so bad? Why me? Why are you saying that we are worse? All of us are worse than Johnny. We've done worse things than Johnny has ever done. Why are you, I will say Curt has done an awful lot for Ryan. I'm not doubting him for that. I'm just saying some of these things that we read and have seen looks kind of suspicious. Oh no, Curt has done an awful lot for Ryan. When Ryan drops an album or a song or whatever, Curt is one of the first ones to put it out there, the first one to do a reaction. And Ryan needs as many reactors out there as possible. Yeah, he's got to have them. Every independent artist has got to have them. What's going on?
What's up, buddy? Hey,
not much.
So with the gold record thing, I think that the reason he probably said, now I may not be right, but I think that he got trolled and messed with so much. Just like when everybody said, okay, go ahead. The part with Johnny, I don't understand. Wait, that part I don't understand.
Here's the thing. If somebody that you admired so much and then somebody you became friends with gives you something like that, the wording that he done, even if it was a troll setup, the wording could have been a hell of a lot different.
Yeah, no facts. That record should mean the world to him, and it doesn't matter what nobody says. See, they have fucked with me about certain things, and I don't even respond to it. But the shit with Johnny does kind of make me go, what? But the only thing I could think about that is maybe he's just trying to get Johnny to calm down and quit looking so stupid, because this shit has caused a lot of divide in Creek Squad, right? And you know, a lot of people claim to be Creek Squad that's not, and run around, attack people and shit, and do nasty stuff, dude, just because they're vile people to start with. And they're doing it under the veil of Creek Squad to get attention and shit, because it gets some views on their channel. But nobody is doxing kids and shit that's part of Creek Squad. That's all a fucking joke and a hoax. And ain't nobody calling CPS under the name of Creek Squad. That's all a lie. There is no proof of none of that.
Well, the one calling CPS on Johnny, if y'all remember, if y'all go back and watch, was PBR. PBR admitted to calling CPS on Johnny.
Yeah, that's, and you know, when Johnny started hanging out with PBR, I couldn't understand that either. That just was stupid. But that's how desperate they are to have some kind of fame on YouTube, you know. And I don't get it, man. You know what I mean? I really don't. But I never really saw Curt as no bad person. I think maybe he just got tired of being ragged about the record and shit. You know what I mean? And that's why he just misspoke bad. But hey, I may be wrong.
Because that looked bad, because that was on live, if I'm mistaken.
If he is trying to determine who can be around Ryan and who can't, if he's trying to make that man's mind up, now I'm not saying he is, but if he is, that's fucked up. Because nobody should be trying to control and play games, mind games with people, period. People like that, if that's what's going on, and no matter who it is and what situation it is, if somebody's in somebody's life just not letting somebody else make a decision, trying to control them, that's fucked up. That shows a bad side of a person.
Yeah, I mean, that's
manipulative.
That's one of the things, you know, and like I said, he's done an awful lot of good for Ryan. He does reactions, and he's one of the first ones out there with it. You know, Kansas has talked about pretty rough from both of them, you know, or mainly Johnny being the roughest. But
why would they talk shit about Kansas? I don't understand that. Kansas is a cool old fucking dude, man.
Exactly. If you go back and watch that other live, you'll see where, I mean, we stopped on each one of them. I had 105 screenshots. Now I didn't go through all of them because it took us quite some time. And some of the screenshots were just them buddy talking. It was, you know, which program do you use and all that. So, I mean, I would show it real quick and then just flip off. But I took screenshots of everything. Therefore, people couldn't say that I was picking and choosing. And so I'd just go through some of them real quick. And like I said, that we multiple times asked people and pretty much stated, this isn't for y'all to go attack. Please don't attack. We're just asking him, whether it be the other night or tonight, and of course he didn't the other night, to please come up and explain and to answer a few of our questions.
Right. No, it would clear shit up if he did. And I got up here really and solely to defend him kind of because he hasn't showed up, and I don't know why he wouldn't. But if he was talking shit about everybody, that ain't good. I didn't know that though. But see, my problem is I'll come to a live and I'll just say a few comments and shit, and then I'm gone because I'm out fishing or whatever. You know what I mean? I ain't toting my phone around with me ever. Like right now, we're actually on the way to catch bait right now. We'll be fishing until midnight. Now, I'll probably go back and watch your live now that you said that. But, yeah, that ain't, if that's, but, you know, the excuse for that maybe is he was just trying to get in good with Johnny, try to calm him down. I would hope, you know what I mean? Really, but I don't know. I like Curt, you know what I mean? He thinks fast on his feet. I've noticed that when he's doing lives and stuff like that, and he articulates good. But sometimes, man, it wears on you after a while when somebody makes a certain comment over and over and over and over again. It's like, you know, I don't know, man. I hope that is what it is. Hey, happy Father's Day, Wade.
Well, appreciate it. Same to you. And of course, everybody out there in chat, you know, Father Day is fixing to be rolling up on us here in just a few hours. For some people, it's already taking place.
All right. Well, I'm going to jump down, brother. We're going to be listening to you. We appreciate y'all. Hey, everybody in chat, happy Father's Day. You mothers out there, get your ass in that kitchen and cook that man a steak. Tomorrow's his day. We don't have very many days.
No, not at all. But I appreciate you coming up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, Curt, that's all we're asking. This is not an attack thing. I know you think that's what it is. I know you stated that you're not into drama, which we've actually seen otherwise, but you're not about that on your channel. This is just wanting answers. And like I said, you've done an awful lot for Ryan. I'm not saying you're not his friend. I believe deep down, you are. I mean, that's just, but there are things that people want answers to, want an explanation. So Angela's saying, so the second set of messages he put out were fake with Wade and Power Stroke and Uncle. Well, Angela, before he even showed that, I went ahead the night that he released Curt's and recorded all of my messages with Johnny from the very top all the way down to the very last one. In case he ever done that, my messages with him was when we were trying to get him to come up on live when he was claiming Creek Squad, and it changed. And then there were a few times he had messaged me afterwards, saying one of them was Filthy was calling me out. Him and AD both messaged me, and I told one of them that, hey, I guess Filthy's going to have to just settle without me because my wife and I were off, and I wasn't going to fixing to go live on the phone while me and her were out. I think we were at dinner or so, but Filthy, what isn't above my wife, nor is anybody else on YouTube. So, he's called me through Instagram at 1 o'clock when we were on live before, just trying to throw me off. He's done a few other little things, and a lot of those messages I just don't even answer back. I have nothing to say to Johnny. Now, he did call up his message, but I know he called wanting to try to work things out one day, and I was sitting in the Walmart parking lot, and I told him that unless he stops talking about Ryan and about me and about members of Creek Squad, I will not leave him alone. Won't do it. So that's where I lie. He knows that, and he cannot go without speaking on somebody in Creek Squad. He cannot go without lying on somebody. He can't go a couple of weeks without mentioning Ryan. It's Ryan's fault. He constantly thinks everybody else owes him. He even told us again that night when me, Gail, Curt were on AD's panel, and AD ended it, and we were in the backstage afterwards in a meeting. And matter of fact, I still thought we were live going at him until they told me the live was over. But for 3 hours, his whole thing was everybody owes him an apology first. And it's like, no. Gail and I, and even Curt, sit there and told him, you started all this. You started the attack first. And when you have somebody that has a large following like Ryan, and when you are lying on that person, what would make you think that people aren't going to stand up for him? He wanted the attention. He got the attention. Now we don't want all the attention, and he don't know how to handle it. Yeah, he got all the clicks and views, he got his channel built up, but the thing about it is, if he goes to his backup channel now, without buying subs like he did to get over 10,000, he won't ever get them. He will not get over 10,000 subs, honestly, on another channel. He'll have to do like he and his wife done and buy them. And Johnny's people over there saying, you can't buy subs, you can't buy views. Bullshit. And John, from my understanding, Johnny's in an uproar and live again. I mean, look at the first night when all this stuff came out, he went live either 4 or 5 times. Now he's taking a great deal of them down. Well, last night he went live multiple times. He's so worked up. But thanks, Johnny, because you know what that lets us know? We're living in your head, rent free. Just like you're basically living over there in them apartments. The taxpayers are paying for your rent, but we're getting to live rent free in your head. And there's a lot of space in that head. Because it's pretty damn empty. And he was crying the other day in his car about it, to where Merle, you could tell she was even tired of hearing about it. Yeah, I know, I heard you. Not getting the attention you're wanting, are you, Johnny? It's starting to piss you off. Hell, you can't even go eat now without hearing it again.
All right, I'm back. I pulled a square. I nodded off.
You nodded off?
No, I had to take a shower real quick.
But, yeah, we're just talking about how Johnny's just, we're living in Johnny's head. I mean, somebody's just stated that he was live, which he probably is. He's probably upset, and he's proven that we're living in his head. That many times he's went live the past 2 days. Hell, he even canceled his show for tonight to do the call-ins because he's so triggered. They're going to try to do it tomorrow night.
I mean, I'd cancel that show, period, because 90% of the people call in to say, fuck you, you're a dumbass.
Yeah, well, that, or, you know, he's got his daughter or his wife, you know, acting like somebody.
And I don't know how many times that they've been like, oh, that's Seeper calling. I ain't never called your stupid fucking hotline. And
did y'all hear him the other night say that he could turn around and call Tina at that time and she would tell everybody? It's like, you're proving my point, Johnny. If you just sit there with her number and she's got your number like this and she'll do this for you, like you're saying, y'all must be more on the friend side than. But go ahead, keep talking, Johnny, because the more you talk, the better we look.
Is he sniping you?
I hadn't reached out to look yet, but.
Well, if he is, Johnny, you should go over there and you should let the UK Square, you should let her know who Tyrone is. You should let her know that that's not me.
Sometimes I'm getting mad and upset when people are fucking making up lies.
Oh yeah, there is, Johnny.
People are fucking saying this in front of hundreds of people and lying in front of hundreds of people. Yeah.
You're triggered, Johnny. How many of y'all think Johnny's triggered? Put a 1 in chat. And Johnny's service just went.
People and lying in front of hundreds of people. Yeah. You all get mad because PBR puts you on a pedophile website.
A what?
But you all do the same shit. You just ain't putting somebody on a website. It's no different. You're on the internet slandering someone.
Johnny, your state may put you there.
That's what I'm saying.
What's up,
Lady
TTK?
J, I
I
have
am
grown
Christy.
a lot since this all started. I really have.
I'm gonna do him like he done me the
Yeah,
other
they take
night.
pride in bringing people to suicide. It's sickening. You know, they would laugh. They would laugh if books or somebody. If I was to hang myself from this tree right now, if I was to hang myself from this tree right now, from all this stuff that's going on YouTube, write me a motherfucking letter and say, hey, this is what happened. This is the reason why I'm doing this and all this shit. Write a suicide note. You know what I mean? If I was to do that to myself right now, what do you think these people would do on the internet? They would put my wife through hell. They would put my family through hell, laughing about it.
Well, now, Johnny, you said you were gonna come piss and shit on my grave, so who knows?
It's funny. No, I ain't gonna do it, Gene. I'm just saying. I ain't gonna do that. Fuck, I'm too strong for that, bro.
Folks, he's talking about hanging himself. That may need to be a 5150.
You know what I mean? Just saying.
Johnny may need a 5150 talking about hanging himself.
It's come a long way from the start. This hat's off to Johnny. Appreciate that, Gary. They would laugh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Harlow. They would laugh. They laughed about my mother dying. They laughed about my dog dying. At the worst times, these people fucked with my mental health. At the worst times, and that's when I would get on here and act irrational, because I was still grieving. I was still grieving from this stuff. Like, I was still grieving from my dog dying. And then
Where's Isaac at?
Dog died the same month.
Shoot, folks.
My mother died.
We need Isaac. He's good at calling them.
I mean, it's real simple. All Johnny has to do is leave Upchurch and the Upchurch family alone. That's all he said. That's all anybody's ever asked him to do. It's not hard. You've showed so many times that you're a piece of shit. You go back on your word. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take you some time. Spend some time. Take some weeks, some months. Not talking about Upchurch and Upchurch's family, and all the shit goes away. Nobody fucks with you. Everybody's told you that many times. I mean, you've attacked this family and the Upchurches, and then people start going at you, and you start crying like a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny, you're over talking about they were harassing you when your mom died and your dog died. Just like Misbehaving just stated, what about right after Kansas's baby died? What did you do? What did you say? But yet, that's not disrespectful. See, it's when it happens to you that only matters, right? That's what the people have been telling you. Now, folks, I don't know if y'all seen, but he had put out that, number one, he's talking about coming up here, sitting across from my house and recording. I would actually love to see that. Wish it. But also talking about going and taking a piss and a shit on somebody's grave here soon when he dies. Who do y'all think he's talking about? Well, now, Johnny, you got mad when you thought that's what I was talking about, right? When you thought that I had put this out right here for that. Do you remember? And all I stated was that I hope they have a restroom there. Because sometimes these little cemeteries, that's all it is. It's just a little cemetery. There's not a place to use a restroom. And everybody knows that people with colorectal cancer, well, they go to the restroom quite a bit. But we know what you're talking about. As a matter of fact, you made the statement here a while back about you didn't even care if my wife or family was there, that you was going to desecrate the grave. And I told you, well, go right ahead, Johnny, because the guy over the funeral home, the director, you will be looking at him through his window. My grave is on the camera. They're not going to have to put me in a hearse to haul me out to go to the grave. They're just going to put me on the roller and roll me out from the funeral home to the grave. That's how close I am. Go out the door. I think it's definitely less than 50 feet. So go ahead. Let's see if you got the balls. I believe there's probably going to be enough people there that will make sure that you definitely don't show up during that funeral. Could be wrong. What do you think, Seeper? You think he'll show up during the funeral?
Sorry, I was answering some messages. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the balls. He is stuttering big time. He is tore the fuck up. Well, Johnny, since you're listening, how much did you get them little fake Nikes for? Seeper, how much you think those little Nikes go for?
I don't know. I'm sure they're knockoffs from like the Habibi store or something. They don't look like they're real to me.
No, I don't think they are. Angela Fender said $17.99 on Temu. And he can get them with the 4 easy installment plan. And for not that they were the real things, yeah, $250, but well, that's probably what he'll say. His mother-in-law got him for him, you know, because what he said about the Dale Earnhardt jacket. And I mean, how much of a race fan does Johnny look to y'all? No, Charlie, I said it looks like he may need one. He's constantly talking about suicide in that little live. Hanging himself and other things. I mean, you know, that. I mean, with the way he's been here lately, nodding off. Oh, so Curt's over there now. Well, I mean, that is his buddy. That is his friend. Now, here's what's going to happen, folks. Curt's going to say, well, I didn't know about the live, or I forgot about it. That's what's going to happen. But the night we had that live, a few hours later, I set this one up. In the description of the live, he's tagged. Has been for several days. And people have reached out to him. So he knows about it. I would say it probably is. If we're not, I mean, it probably is the real Curt. If he tagged me in a video, then he must have just done it. Because at around 7 o'clock when I checked, I had no mentions. Now, I will say sometimes YouTube is slow about showing them up. Hell, I've gotten notifications on a mention before where it was a day or so old. Well, see, there's Captain Hurt over trying to act. I put on a private multiple times, but if you look, I just tagged you again on a community post. I would just, I'd have to say that's probably Martin.
What channel is it?
Captain
oh,
Hurt.
That's Mocon.
That's Mocon. Well, Mocon can't go around as himself because no one likes Mocon. No one likes Mocon's music. Everybody knows what kind of person Mocon is. I bet you Mocon was throwing every little thing in his trailer, cockroaches and all, when he seen that beautiful Corvette Miss Lori had.
What's up, I am Christy? Barendorf. I'm gonna have to get off here in a minute. I have to get it down.
Oh, see, he's trying to play it off. No, this is the channel I used, the account that I used to put the video on. Well, then that right there would show that Curt wouldn't do that.
No, that's Mocon. He's talking about that. He's talking about that video where he showed the charges.
Well, Blondie, I guess Curt, I have to do a video or somehow tag me in it. I mean, when you call somebody out on a community post, or not even a community post, but on a comment in a live, how are other channels going to see that unless they're in there? My phone right now is about 4 feet away from me. I've done set it down. That's not the proper way to tag somebody. He knows that. He's just scared to come over here. He has no balls.
Mocon, I couldn't see a whole lot of that you posted on that video, but I did read it where it says you strangled a woman. I could read that part.
How's your sister, Mocon? She any better? I heard she was doing bad there for a while. Well, let's see. I'd have to look and see because I was just going by what people have told me. If it wasn't, Johnny normally has them blocked like that. So that's what would be weird. But of course, I do see Harlow over there. Now she's made some little claims too. No, I didn't see him. I scrolled through it and I didn't see it. So no, I don't watch videos from sock accounts like that. You're just not worth my time. Sorry. And even if you listed it under Mocon or Robert Bradley or Johnny's Dick Sucker, to let everybody know who it was, I still wouldn't watch it. You're just scum. You gave Florida a bad name. You ran from T.
All right, so the OT Creaker says, I think this was a failure, guys. Go back to bashing Johnny and Martin. I wouldn't mention Curt again. Well,
I'll mention them every night. OT Creaker, I don't see you stopping me.
As long as Curt is doing fucked up shit, then I will mention him. And Curt has done a lot of fucked up shit. The main one being, why would you be friends with Ryan's #1 hater? Why would you be friends with someone that has been attacking Upchurch's family for years? Why would you be friends with that person, message them in the back streets, talking about all of Ryan's other friends? Why would you be doing that? I mean, I don't know if you don't see anything wrong with that, but there's a lot wrong with it. And some people can say, oh, well, they're old messages. That shit's been going on for what we know of over a year. They've been talking in the back streets, talking shit, and again, it looks highly suspect that Curt went in and started deleting messages, and he did it while Johnny was live.
Hmm.
And in the context of the messages that were deleted, you can see that Johnny's got like 15 messages that don't make no sense. They wouldn't be messages right back to back to back. He's talking about information from Ripta, information from Gail. It just don't make sense. Why would you be doing that? If you're such a loyal friend of Ryan, why would you be entertaining his #1 hater? That's what I want to know.
I mean, what's funny is AD and Johnny and all that. This is what they consider them. I'm just going to go ahead and show it. That's what they consider them.
Charlie D says Seeper is a logic account on Gene Team PBR. Yeah, they're a Gene Team simp and a PBR simp.
Well, misbehaving now. I'm going to say him in jail happened before him getting a job. Shoot, I'll tell you what, Johnny, since you want to listen in and cry about all this, and since we've discussed you quite a bit tonight, since we realized Curt just, Curt doesn't have what it takes to answer the call out, come on over here and answer some questions. Tell us what makes this not true.
And I'm gonna go ahead and drop that video too, with Curt talking about the record. We'll let everybody else judge what the context of that conversation was. I was trying not to put it out there, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop it. I probably won't be able to do it tonight because I got to go work. Hillbilly said Johnny's over there crying about Seabrook. What's he crying about?
Well, now Hillbilly, hold up, because people confirmed that that wasn't him earlier. So that's all.
What was it?
People confirmed earlier that it wasn't Curt. So unless he's just come in, that it was Mocon's account. They just couldn't tell the difference between the C and the H.
Michelle said choosing work over YouTube. What the fuck is wrong with you? Big birthday party. Gobble says Uncle Will is a creep because the girl who answered the phone at Dairy Queen is underage. Johnny, you're an idiot. Everyone that works at Dairy Queen is underage. Why would you think someone working at Dairy Queen? Why would Johnny think that somebody working at Dairy Queen would be underage? I mean, what's the age limit to work in Kentucky? I guess they would be under 18. Some of them. I guess you can get a job at 16 or something.
Yeah, in fast food industry, you can work at 16, and most states it's at 16. Some states even lower.
Charlie D, I don't think Logic is PBR. Sam says Pit Bulls is calling out Seeper. April don't want no smoke with me. I mean, to me, she's a pedo supporter because she said a lot of sketchy shit.
Mhm.
And to me, I feel like she might be a pedo supporter.
Well, how can she call somebody out when she don't even? What is she gonna do it on her channel, or is she calling somebody out to come up there to Johnny's and talk with Johnny? I mean that.
Creeker OT says no one's going to stop you from doing it, Seaver, but y'all are making Creek Squad look bad. No, I'm not. Absolutely not. What's making somebody look bad is Curt mingling with Ryan's #1 hater. That's what's making something look bad. Like there's no way in hell that he should be doing that. I mean, if y'all can't see that he absolutely has been doing this for over a year that we know of.
Well,
Like, I mean, you have to ask yourself that. Like, why would he be talking to somebody that has bashed the Upchurch family so much? Why would he be talking to them?
you got to realize you're talking to somebody that's not even. I mean, this is a new channel over there that's over showing the Eminem Houdini. It's probably that wet brain Austin.
Hillbilly says Dairy Queen is famous for giving high school students summer jobs. Oh, okay.
That's probably who it is. I mean, which it takes him forever to. Well, no, it can't be Austin because the words are spelled correctly, and Austin can't spell shit. So no, it's not Austin. It's. I'll tell you what. It's probably Payne. Oh, we're hiding, afraid of his own shadow.
I don't think Payne's anxiety level would let him come in here. That boy gets scared at anything. Yeah, I think he's scared of his shadow.
He's scared of the little part.
That Creeker. So Curt being untrustworthy is making Creek Squad look good. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like everybody talks about, oh, we're making Creek Squad look bad, but Curt's making it look the worst. I mean, you're putting an image out there that it's okay to talk to somebody that has bashed not only Ryan's family but Creek Squad for years. I mean, what can be any worse than that?
Yeah, I mean, think of it this way: when you've got people of Creek Squad that will call out other members of Creek Squad for doing wrong, doing things that are very questionable, that strengthens a group in the long run. When you have members that are just going to let it slide, that ends up breaking it down. Now, you're probably young and probably don't have much job experience. Probably, I would say, not even living outside of family. You're probably still, you're probably not living on your own and don't realize how life truly works. Probably just mainly listening to other people.
Yeah, Hillbilly says, not to mention, Uncle Will didn't say anything disrespectful. I watched the whole video and the girl was giggling along with him. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Johnny's trying to run with this narrative like he caught an underage kid at Dairy Queen. You know how many adults that girl at Dairy Queen talks to every day to take orders and shit? And I mean, Uncle Will didn't say nothing out of the way to her. It was just a friendly little prank.
It's not like he was asking her about, so how do they strip search you? And her job is to answer the phones. Let's remember that. It's not like you was calling a teenager off work and asking her stuff like that without a parent's permission. Her parents gave her permission to work. No one should be answering the phone.
Motivated, so I need to get with you off YouTube. I need to get that lawyer's number from you again. Plus, I need to find out more about your hover. Yeah, just hit me up on IG, Motivated. Seeper615. No, you're good. Yeah, I'd like to get that chair to somebody that could use it.
Yeah, so Johnny's saying people in hospice don't stay in hospice for years. Well, see, there again, Johnny is ignorant because the nurse that I had originally that just retired had patients on there for 3 years. A matter of fact, she's not fully retired because she's got one patient left because the hospice center asked her to stay on for that one because she won't let any other nurse around her. And she's not in very good shape. Now they're not expecting her, from my understanding, to last much longer. And I've still talked to this nurse. She still calls me and my wife, mainly my wife, but yeah, and she's right down the road. Matter of fact, she's asked if she could come by next week. So, but see, Johnny don't know stuff like that. He thinks because his wife's job is to wipe somebody's ass that she knows everything there is about the medical field. Johnny, you're capable of wiping somebody's ass. Get a job there. Take a little class there. You know, she's not a trained professional per se. She watched a little class there. The proper way to wipe an ass. You probably know this because she probably has to wipe your ass. They have been, Brandy. I mean, like I said earlier, she snapped at him in the car. Yeah, I know. I heard. And I don't think things are going too well with them. I don't know. Maybe the bedroom, is a little boring. Of course, when he admits he can't satisfy her, and she's getting visits at the tanning salon. So, see, for Angela, wanting to know what happened at the Dairy Queen. You want to tell her?
Shit, I don't know. I didn't even get to see the video. Did he private it?
Oh, I don't know. But I know he said he was going to sue the Dairy Queen because he could have done it last time, but he's going to do it this time because it happened for the second time.
Okay, Hillbilly says Uncle Will, he posted it, then he privated it, but Crimson's got it and it's up on his channel. I'm gonna have to watch it. I ain't seen it, but I seen Johnny talking about suing them because they gobbled at him.
Yep, he just hates it. That's just totally disrespectful.
Well, Wade, I got to jump off here, buddy. But Johnny, only thing I'm gonna tell you is make that trip. Come on down here to Wade's house. I'll meet you over there and I'll shit down your throat, boy.
Matter of fact, Johnny, I tell you what. Hold on. I had to go to the bank today, and then the guy told me that I'd have to go to the main branch over there on Union Street. He called, and thank goodness William was there. We talked with William over the phone. William said, yeah, come on by. Gave me a time. Johnny, I tell you what, you come by. Because I told you the other day I got my check. I got that check. Yeah, here I am, no shirt on. It's hot in this house. Johnny, see that? See? That's for you, buddy. I tell you what. Come up here in the next week. Sit across that parking lot. It's yours. I don't think you will. Don't think you will. But, Johnny, there's your opportunity. Hell, you may be able to put that towards the GoFundMe. You'll have that and $110. But, Seeper, I appreciate you coming up. Everybody in chat, I appreciate y'all coming in and listening and watching. We've proven a couple things tonight. Number one, we proved that Curt just don't want to explain his actions. He rather not even talk about it, which honestly, Curt, makes you look guilty as hell. But without answering the call and knowing about it for a few days, Curt's name's going to be added to the list with Johnny Merle, Harlow, Daniel Bishop, and a whole long list of others. And yeah, we'll move on. We also found out that Johnny's got an awful big empty head, and we're all living in it. But Johnny, you keep putting them lives out. We enjoy watching them. We're getting plenty of stuff from them. And yeah. So till next time, we'll see y'all then. Y'all have a great night. Yep. Y'all have a great night. And for all the fathers out there, y'all have an excellent Father's Day coming up.